For all you sailors out there, shift colors, we're underway. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg Porter from George Langevin Video Sports Productions. We're here in the Summerlin section of Las Vegas, Nevada. It is the 9th annual Mayor's Cup right here in Las Vegas, sponsored by the Downtown Las Vegas Soccer Club. Let's get the lineups for both teams in this match today. For FC Las Vegas, it's going to be 00. Sammy Hayek, she'll be the keeper. Number 2, Autumn Alderson will be the forward. At midfield or forward is Lexi Eplu. Number 4, a defender is Alexa Acquista. Number 5 is Kayla Carr at midfield. At mid forward or defender is Carly Pascalato. At midfield is number 8, Kelsey Stepek. Number 9 at forward is Ariana Cabrera. And let's get the action as it is underway here in Las Vegas, the Summerlin section. Going from right to left on your picture screen is FC Las Vegas. We'll call them the home team in this particular scenario. And Sacramento United Extreme are going to be going from left to right on your picture screen. That ball is out of play at a far side touchline. We'll continue on with the lineup here for the FC Las Vegas. It is going to be number 10 at midfield, Kayla McCline. Number 11 at defender, Kristen Farley. Number 12 at midfield, Sage Bates. Number 14 at midfield is Kaylin Hale. Number 15 at mid or forward is Taylor Myers. 18 at mid or forward is Madison Black. 23 at defender is Kylie Buford. And number 25 at defender is Kylie Laura. The ball on the outside, FC Las Vegas sending it to midfield. And now let's get Sacramento United. They're the visitors from Northern California. Their lineup, their keeper is Brianna Morales as they retreat back in their own defensive half. Jessica Koska is the midfielder, number 2. Number 3 at midfield is Ellie Scheid. Number 4 at defender forward is Jordan Hudson. Number 5 at defender is Anessa Bartholomew. Number 7 at forward is Kayla Thompson. Number 8 at defender is Lindsay Pope. And now we have a ball inside a 6-yard box, but it is handled by the keeper for FC Las Vegas, Sammy Hayek. And she'll get it started. The rest of the lineup for Sacramento United is going to be Stacy Larson is number 10 at defender. Number 12, Claire Nishikawa is defender. Number 14 at midfield is Erin Masterson. Number 17 at forward, Anna Tarico. Number 19 at forward is Taryn Johnson. Number 20 is a forward or a goalie. That's Gabby Rosales. Number 22 at midfield is Maddie Cook. And number 33, who can also play goalie, but she is a midfielder as well. So she is out there as a keeper, Brianna Morales. And now here is the kick from their own defensive third. Their own 6-yard box. FC Las Vegas with it. Taylor Myers and now giving it away to Farley, and Farley's pass intercepted and sent back the other way where they have to retreat as a chase down on a near side by Anna Tarico. 0-0 your score. Just a few minutes, the opening match here of the Mayor's Cup 2008, the 9th annual one. And on the near side, it goes out of play. Lastly, touched out that time by Stacy Larson. Trying to protect into space. And a throw-in for FC Las Vegas. Near side, it's going to be Kayla Carr throwing it in. Trying to defend in the defensive third, getting to it where that time was Larson, the captain. There's another throw-in on the near side. Quickly, as it heads to the central now, in their own deep back, they're able to push it up towards midfield. It's cut off there by Acquista. And now to the far side. Running onto it is Madison Black. And trying to continue forward, but marking on real nicely there in the space. I believe that was Lindsay Pope. And now on the far side, a throw-in. Artificial surface here at the Kellogg Zaire Sports Complex, and that's where we're at here in the Summerlin section of Las Vegas. At midfield now. And 50-50 ball going out on the ground, going out on the far side touchline. Still 0-0. Get a good view of all the other fields that are adorned over here. Kellogg-Zaire Sports Complex. A really unique complex in the way they've done the fields. The second year being here for me. Beautiful weather here in the about 80 degrees. And bringing it back for her keeper was Quista. And trying to keep the action on is Taryn Johnson, but she couldn't continue on in the attacking third. It goes out of play. And so on the near side, it'll be a throw-in for Sacramento United Extreme. With it now is Jessica Koska. Koska throws it in, looking for Johnson. Finds her. Johnson has it now. Johnson going to go towards the central and then dispossessed there by McCline. And coming up, though, in the space is Nishikawa nicely. Trying to get it to Johnson, but it was intercepted. On the near side now. FC Las Vegas maintaining the possession. And they continue on the near side with Myers. It goes out of play. And so the Extreme of Sacramento United trying to get it that time into Koska, but it was intercepted into space. However, now in the central, Johnson going after it. Taryn Johnson, but nobody there to pass it to. And now Johnson goes down, and the center ref says play on. As that ball out of the defensive third into midfield now. As FC Las Vegas trying to process an attack. Couldn't do it as they stood tall in the back. And now we have a foul. Foul on the play here. In midfield, it'll be a free kick. The Extreme. 0-0 your score. The 9th annual Mayor's Cup. There's a drive toward the 18-yard box. Trying to run onto it. There's Gabby Rosales having problems, but her teammate shoots it down, and it's going to be a right of the net. I believe that was Scheid, Ellie Scheid, just taking a blast. And she wasn't accurate with that one. No problem for the keeper. And it'll be a goal kick. 0-0 your score. Flag's not really moving here, so we don't have a breeze. It is just nothing but the heat. And the heat's not too bad. Beautiful blue sky. Not a cloud in the sky. Here on the Saturday, the 9th annual Mayor's Cup. In their own defensive third now, FC Las Vegas getting some touches there. Farley the last touch, and now toward the central. And on the near side, and it goes out of play. And it'll be a throw-in. FC Las Vegas trying to process an attack down the side. And now they're going to go to the interior now. FC Las Vegas, and now a chip on towards the central. With it is Hale. Dispossessed on the far side. Here comes the Extreme. Goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in. FC Las Vegas throwing it in. 50-50 ball. Still controlled by the Extreme, however, brought down. And on it is Pascolato. And they push it across midfield. Johnson into space, going down again, and this time she will draw the foul against the FC Las Vegas. Rosales down to the 18-yard box. Comes out, FC Las Vegas having to play the defense right now in their own defensive third. They knock it out of play. Nishikawa is going to throw it in. Claire Nishikawa now. Nishikawa, which way is she going to go with it? Along the near side, and that ball is headed out of play. Near side touchline again, Claire Nishikawa. Going to go towards the interior, look for Johnson. Taryn Johnson now, dispossessed, tries to retrieve it. And her teammate helps into space, Koska. And now, after it getting out of that 18-yard box, sent upfield. Process now for FC Las Vegas now. On the run. They have a run on the far side. However, is interrupted by Stacy Larson. Larson coming up from the back. Playing good defense and interrupting that run on the far side of FC Las Vegas. It goes out of play now. It'll be a throw-in after the last throw-in being knocked out. FC Las Vegas will still have control of the soccer ball. And now, actually it turned out to be a foul, and they will have a free kick. Didn't quite see the foul, but the center ref did, and that's all that matters. Free kick, midfield area, chip towards the 18-yard box, interrupted as they stand tall there. However, FC Las Vegas still on it now with Farley. Farley making a move, going out to the wide now. Out to Eplu. Eplu into the box. Eplu, another strike into the box. Another strike. And they stand tall inside that box, and they get it out. Nicely done by Koska. Jessica Koska doing a fine job in that space there for the extreme. And it'll be a throw-in for FC Las Vegas. But FC Las Vegas, they got numbers there right outside the box. And Koska and her teammates having problems now. It's in the central, and it comes out to Johnson again. And Johnson trying to make a move. Johnson still on the soccer ball. Johnson now, and she will bring it out of that defensive third and drive a long ball out to the wide. The far side, along the far side touchline. And that was Kayla Thompson. And her interior pass intercepted, though, as Johnson can't get to it. And on the near side, as Ishikawa will try and run it down, and she will throw it in. And Johnson now into the near side with Tarico. And Tarico, her cross into the box is intercepted. And they push it up the field, however, pushing up there. Nice run there by Stacy Larson. And Larson's pass intercepted out to the wide. As they push it back for a counterattack is FC Las Vegas. Only a few players in their own half of the field. And now it is on Eplu. Lexi Eplu now, and they got a run going down this central, but retreating back nicely that time was Nessa Bartholomew. Bartholomew, nice play that time, getting back as they had a run down the central, and Anessa making a nice play. On the near side, it's going to be a throw-in. 0-0 your score in the first half. Good action here from the Kellogg Zaire Sports Complex. Down to Central, FC Las Vegas now. And trying to get some things going. But that ball has been moved around, struck at, marked on. Done nicely by the Sacramento United Extreme, the no-cow visitors. And over on the far side as they try and process a counterattack, having a problem now. As Kayla Thompson, she got a touch on it. A couple of players over there getting touches on it, but they can't push it up. And a midfield action for FC Las Vegas doing a fine job, not allowing them to push it up. But now they finally get Johnson to push it out to the near side to Tarico. And Tarico now trying to turn on that play toward the interior, but she was marked on very nicely and pushed back up the field. However, here is Scheid pushing it over there to Thompson. Thompson now still on the soccer ball, and it is knocked out by FC Las Vegas. So Thompson, a nice run, and her teammates will be able to throw it in the attacking third. 0-0 your score here. Downtown Las Vegas Soccer Club. who created this tournament, the Mayor's Cup 2008. Knocking it out of play. And that looks like it's going to be a CK. Yes, it will. Going to be a CK now for Sacramento United Extreme. In a 0-0 game. See what they can do here with their set piece. Johnson, Scheid, running toward the ball. Ellie Scheid now gets it right back to her teammate. And she tries to get it to Johnson. Johnson won't be able to get it. FC Las Vegas pushing up the field. However, into space, Bartholomew, and takes a shot and a save by Hayek. Nice save by Hayek. That had some steam on it. Only 3 there in the central now, and Nishikawa coming out with it. And a quick touch there by Tariko. And now trying to push that ball toward the attacking third. Koska. On the near side again for Tariko to Koska. Koska to Johnson now. Johnson going to work it out to the far side. It didn't get there. As cut off by Laura. Being marked on heavily in the midfield area. Trying to maintain possession. They won't be able to do it this time. Unless it was lastly touched down by FC Las Vegas. And it was not, so they will not maintain possession. A throw in. Kayla Carr throwing it in, and that ball knocked out. Not being able to be handled more accurately there, I should say, by FC Las Vegas, as they wanted to try to process an attack. And so you got 3 players coming out now for the United Extreme, and 3 coming in. And we will mention the 3 that have come in as they touch that soccer ball, as they do not have numbers on the front of their jerseys or their shorts. Kristen Farley. Anybody? I just need.
Which age group is it? This right here?
Yeah.
He's 13.
And that ball goes past the goal line. And it'll be a goal kick. Sammy Hayek, the keeper, going to drive it. He goes past Johnson and her teammate as trying to chase after it is Maddie Cook, who entered the game as a part of that trifecta. Here's Claire Nishikawa, and she was looking that time for Erin Masterson and didn't quite get it to her as it was knocked out. Going to be a throw-in now. Throw-in for the all-white with the red numbers and the black trim. The no-cal visitors. Nishikawa will throw it in to that attacking third. Into the corner now. Trying to continue to process the action here as it's knocked out. FC Las Vegas now have to retreat back even tighter in their own defensive third. They didn't get it to Johnson. It goes into the box now, and Acquista able to push it out to the wide. And it is going to be a corner kick. Kayla Thompson will take it for the Sacramento United Extreme. 0-0 your score. And they'll get their CK, the first one from this side. Into the box. Struck by Thompson, over to Cook. Cook chasing it down, has a teammate. Sends it down into the box on one bounce, but coming out is Hayek to make the save. No problem that time for Sammy. Drives it down the field off of a bounce. Bounces around a few times. A 50-50 ball won by the Extreme. However, they give it away. FC Las Vegas trying to continue the action down the far sideline. And now they have it in the central. And coming out of her off her line is Brianna Morales. And drive it down the field for Johnson. Johnson now. Nice play. And still trying to continue on, but could not. And with it is Acquista. Acquista pushing it out to the Y. Looking for a run by her teammate, Lexi Eplu. And that ball is shot and behind the net. 0-0 your score. Great match here in the first half of the action here. The Summerlin section of Las Vegas on a beautiful crystal blue day in October. Barely a movement of the flags here. As the day moves on, we might have more of the movement of the flags. We'll have to see. On the far side now, getting to it is Laura and kicking it out of play, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Extreme in their own defensive half of the field. And let's see which direction they go with the soccer ball. They're going to go with it straight up the line there on the near side, but they could not do anything with it. However, it is now switched to the near side with Aaron Masterson. Masterson drawing it back to Nishikawa. Nishikawa with time and space gets it to Maddie Cook. Cook settles it and still on a soccer ball on the near side. Drives it across the midfield line, and Johnson on the run. Taryn Johnson, but gave up the soccer ball over to FC Las Vegas, and they're able to stop her run and maybe a subsequent cross on the play. Maddie Cook now is going to throw it in. Cook looking for a teammate, has Aaron Masterson. And into space, marked nicely by FC Las Vegas. And now onto it is Taylor Myers. Myers trying to continue on, but it was nicely stopped on that process at midfield. And here's Johnson. On the near side now. Trying to, Cook goes down, trying to get a strike onto it. Running up into space was Nishikawa. And now a flick on by Ellie Scheid from long distance. No problem for Hayek. She drives it down the field. FC Las Vegas has numbers there. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Extreme. 0-0 your score as Nishikawa throws it in to Johnson. Johnson in the central there of the field and trying to push it out to the wide for a nice pass to Masterson, and that ball had too much pace on it. So FC Las Vegas on the near side will throw it in. They have a substitution now. Substitution Sage Bates coming into the contest for FC Las Vegas. And from their own defensive half of the field, they're going to try to get it up past midfield. They do. And they have a player onto it and a strike there by Eplu. And that ball is struck out of play on the near side. FC Las Vegas will throw it in, though. Try to get in that attacking third. As that's Eplu again. And only gets one strike on it and gives away to the white and red. And they're at midfield now trying to process a counterattack, but it's taken away. I believe that was Laura that took it away. And now here's Lindsay Pope. Pope with a lot of time. Pope gets it over to Bartholomew. Bartholomew, who made a great play moments ago, was able to strike and get her leg up in the air to keep that ball from getting behind her, or they really would have had a nice run on that. Bartholomew playing real well at defense for Sacramento United Extreme. It is a 0-0 score. FC Las Vegas will throw it in from the far side. You see the nice area there, a little action for the kids to play on. You know, the slides and jungle gym type of stuff. Really a nice setup here at the Kellogg-Zaire Soccer Complex. Retreating back, McCline and Kayla just want to get that ball out of play and get her teammates to get in the defensive half and help her out. And so it'll be a throw-in and a substitution as Johnson is coming out. Taryn Johnson coming out, going to give way to, I believe that is, it was Ellie Scheid, or whoever came in. We will mention them as they touch that soccer ball. This being a pretty good-sized field, so sometimes kind of tough to see the numbers of who come in, especially from the far side. Nice save by Sammy Hayek. And Hayek pushing it down the field. Trying to get somebody to control it, maintain possession over there. And on the far side touchline, it goes out. And it is going to be a throw-in now. Pascalato again to her teammate as it goes back to Laura. Retreating back, Larson, nice job. Nice run and nice space. Controlling it and sending back across midfield. Couple of bounces and Hayek able to make the save. Hayek now. Maddie Cook intercepting it right there. And Cook sending it all the way down, but that ball has way too much pace on it from Masterson. So FC Las Vegas getting to it first. And trying to process a counterattack up the field, but Nishikawa is into space. And Nishikawa running up from her own half of the field and trying to stem the tide of the aggressive action down the near side for FC Las Vegas. Maddie Cook, 50-50 ball, and it's now out of play on the near side touchline. And it'll be a throw-in for FC Las Vegas. Kayla Carr will do the honors. Carr, near side, Nishikawa, and it goes out of play. Lastly touched by her, as marking her strongly there was Taylor Myers in the space. And another throw-in. Still a 0-0 game. And at Taylor Myers bringing it down, looking for a teammate to run onto it. That's Farley, but that had too much pace on it. Goes out of play past the goal line, and it will be a goal kick. And let's see, do we have a substitution? Looks like we do. As coming out is Kayla Thompson, who has played well in this game. And she's going to get her teammate to come in here in the late moments of the first half.
Hey, drop low, drop low, drop low.
And that happens to be Gabby Rosales. And Gabby gets it to her teammate now, who now on the near side, and it's an offsides call. So offsides for the Sacramento United Extreme, and it'll be a free kick. FC Las Vegas, and they quickly get it started. To the central for Acquista. Pushing it out to the wide to Laura. And Laura finding a teammate. There's a collision there. Still in the possession of FC Las Vegas at a midfield, and now they head toward an attacking third. Having to retreat back quickly was Larson. Larson on a soccer ball, gives way, gets her teammate Gabby Rosales to help out in space. However, FC Las Vegas still on it. A pass into the 18-yard box and a save at the last moment by Morales. They'd caromed over to Morales, and they had a nice little sequence there, did FC Las Vegas. But Morales able to make the save. Her teammates not able to get it out of the box. And now here they are again in their own defensive third, trying to process a counterattack. And it's still on a soccer ball, but marking well there in the space was Carr. And for Vegas, and on the near side, it will go out of play. And Nishikawa and company are going to throw it in. Waning moments now of the first half of action, a 0-0 score. Maybe about a minute left to go. Can either team, winded, somewhat tired at the end of the first half, can they get one in there? In their own defensive third, they push it up, trying to get those numbers coordinated, and now they have a run on the far side, the United Extreme with Lindsey Pope. Pope now dispossessed as Laura. Kylie Laura playing nicely there, not allowing Pope to continue on. But they throw it in. Scheid. Not a lot of time left here in the first half. Going to be a throw-in, though, for FC Las Vegas. 0-0, your score. Couple of touches by the white and red, and that's the end of the first half. Good match in the first half. A couple of saves that the keepers had to make that were, could possibly have been a goal, but other than that, both defenses played real well. And we will let you watch what goes on at halftime between the players and their coaches. And we'll be back with the second half of the 9th Annual Mayor's Cup here in Las Vegas. Okay, the second half of action is set to get underway in this girls under 13 match. Doesn't look like there's a keeper change for either team. And so going from right to left is going to be the Sacramento United Extreme, and FC Las Vegas is going to be going from left to right. FC Las Vegas on that soccer ball with Kaylin Hale, and Johnson was there, and now Ellie Scheid. Strike, that's intercepted. 0-0, your score here in the second half. Neither team got a goal in the first half. And now Claire Nishikawa. Nishikawa, and a shot, it's a goal! Taylor Myers scoring the goal, and FC Las Vegas leads 1-0.
Way to go, ladies! Pump it up! Keep it up! Keep it up! Pressure down!
So 1-0, FC Las Vegas leads. as they got into the 18-yard box, able to put it in the back of the net, able to finish. Here's Johnson now chasing it down, and she won't get to it. It had way too much pace on it.
As soon as you recognize you're not going to get it, we're not going to in. Ariana, connect, Ariana.
Oh, beautiful play. That was stay hard.
And on the near side, Sage Bates.
Hard, say that again. Hard, say.
Lexi Eplu can't get to it as it was taken away that time. Nishikawa doesn't get to it, but Bartholomew, who played real well in the first half, gets to it, trying to send it down all the way down to Tarico. Tarico finds a runner on to Scheid. Scheid looking for Johnson and just couldn't get it into her as it was taken away. They played tough in the 18-yard box, trying to protect that 1-0 lead. FC Las Vegas on that goal by Taylor Myers. First goal of the game. Going to be a throw-in. And the throw in as Johnson meets it, gets it over to her teammate. And to the central, nearly a handball. And that ball kicked out of the 18-yard box. Running onto it is Scheid. In the central there, Bartholomew. Sending it back.
I'm just hoping he's only here for this.
At midfield, midfielders from both teams. 50-50 ball won by Las Vegas. However, they gave it away to Bartholomew, who sends it all the way down to the defensive third of Las Vegas. And Vegas now giving it away to Johnson, and then they get it back and send it upfield into the corner as Maddie Cook had a touch. And then the far side now, the extreme. The no-count visitors trying to continue the offensive attack here towards trying to get a goal, down by 1. And let's see, do we have a throw-in or is it a CK? We'll watch and see here as they are going to throw it in. Ref saying to my left, you got to throw it in. So they throw it in off the header, controlling. But will they be able to control it anymore? They can't. And now they've made a mistake and let it go. And the central. And that was Taylor Myers. She's got help now. And it is Bates on the near side from her run. The deep back is Buford. Kylie Buford on the near side. Changing directions. Stopping the pace of the soccer ball. But being marked on by Claire Nishikawa into space. Nicely done, and her pass just went by her teammate there as Scheid got to it but gave way now. And now again, here's Buford. They've got some good touches going on, however they give way to Johnson. Here's Johnson now. Johnson is going to push it out to the wide. She's got a runner there, and that is Masterson. Aaron Masterson with space and time takes a shot and a save. Sammy Hayek making a save. If the rebound would have been given up by Sammy, Johnson was right there at the doorstep. That ball is pushed out. A play on a far side touchline. 1-0 your score, FC Las Vegas. The home team leading here in their tournament of the Downtown Las Vegas Soccer Club. The tournament, not actually their tournament. As we go retreat back in the corner, still on it. Trying to make something happen, and it goes out of play. A throw-in, though, for the white and the red. Northern California visitors as Johnson now trying to continue with two players marking on her. And they route her off that soccer ball. And they push it all the way back upfield across midfield. And it goes out of play. However, they'll be able to throw it in. Down 1-0. Working toward the midway point. FC Las Vegas still maintaining possession. And they want to have as many touches and maintain possession as long as they can in order to protect this 1-0 lead, as no problem for Sammy Hyatt coming off her line, driving it up to midfield off of a bounce. 50-50 ball. It winds over to Nishikawa. She gives way to the red of FC Las Vegas. And here they go with Sage Bates. Getting it to a teammate down to Central, Hale. And now another teammate just outside the box. And now she passes it out to the wide to Bates. Bates with plenty of space, but closing quickly was Nishikawa. And she's marking on there in the corner. Over to Buford. Takes a strike at it. And it's on the foot and up in the air. Knocked away by the keeper. As Taylor Myers creating problems here in the second half and nearly scored on that shot. Johnson now back the other way for a counterattack for Sacramento United Extreme, and it goes out of play, and it'll be a throw-in. And substitutions for the Extreme. And we will mention them as they touch that soccer ball. The Extreme, who won the Suntan Classic up in Northern California. And they also are from the Capital Youth Soccer League up there. Head coached by Nate Kropp on a throw-in. Now cross midfield, now having to retreat back, and they don't have numbers there. As coming down to Central, unmarked, Taylor Myers 1v with the keeper, and she will score. And it is 2-0. Taylor Myers has really been a terror here in the second half, and they are not able to mark her. She is able to show a lot of speed and control that soccer ball. She's beating the defenders, and it is 2-0. And so head coach Nate Kropp, his assistant coach Troy Thompson, is obviously going to try to work on something to keep Myers from scoring anymore, because she is here in the first 8 or 10 minutes of the second half. She's dominating, and they're not able to do anything like they did in the first half to control her. Everett Thompson is also the manager for the team. And on the far side, 2-0 is a substantial lead in soccer, the world's most famous sport, the ball with the geometric designs, and a lot of work cut out for Sacramento United Extreme here in the second half, as they are down by 2. They need to try and get one to cut this in half and not make the work so hard. But they also have got to find a way to deal with Myers, as she is beating them on the long plays. The runs from the back, or rather the midfield runs, I should say. And Buford now retreating back with Kayla Thompson now putting the pressure on her in the corner. 2-0 your score on a beautiful day here in the Summerlin section of Las Vegas. Beautiful blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. The weather been great here and great from where we come from in San Diego, California. As you saw, a substitution. We will mention her name as she touches that soccer ball. 2-0 your score. 2 goals here in the second half by Taylor Myers for FC Las Vegas. Out to 50-50 ball, it goes out of play. And we'll have a throw in. FC Las Vegas will throw it in. Buford will throw it in. Kylie, who will she go to? And Kylie's going to throw it. She looked that time for Myers. She didn't get it. However, teammate Cabrera running after it in the corner. Cabrera will now have a corner kick. And Nishikawa coming over there and tightening up into space, but that's going to give way to the CK. And Taylor Myers is going to take it. The 2-goal scorer here in the second half. For her team, FC Las Vegas. Into she tried to get it, bend it more into the 18-yard box. It didn't work. And that ball bent out of play past the goal line, and now it's going to be a goal kick. If you're Sacramento United Extreme out there on the field, you got to be thinking, try to get a goal quickly. You don't have a lot of time. Would like to keep the ball in the field of play so you can do the most with it. And Thompson is on it now. Thompson's diagonal pass, it went right by Stacy Larson. It was the right idea, but Larson was already past the soccer ball. As they push it out of their own defensive third now, the all-red of FC Las Vegas with the 2-0 lead. They got a run now by Cabrera. Cabrera will take a shot and misses it on the near post for her.
Nice work, Brad.
Nearly tried to beat the keeper that time. In his second half, FC Las Vegas is really finding. They found out that lock that, for instance, that Sacramento United Extreme had, and they are beating them on the rushes up the field, and they're getting some good shots. And coming in now is a number of players for the Sacramento United Extreme, and obviously Nate Cromp thinking about keeping fresh bodies in there to make sure that his defense is staunch, like it was in the first half, and that's the only way to process a chance to get a goal. Carr now from the far side throws it in. Missed her teammate. And so now the white and red have it with Johnson in a center circle. Got a runner falling down. That time was Kayla Thompson. Couldn't continue on with it. And now they taking it away as Lindsay Pope not strong enough to stand onto it. Nishikawa, and they run back, and this time they're able to finally retreat back and get that ball from Myers, as Myers was about ready to do it again. And now, as they push it toward the central, you're watching girls under 13 action with Dan Aman on the camera. I'm Greg G.K. Porter from George Landman Video Sports Productions. Watching a 2-0 game of FC Las Vegas over the Sacramento United Extreme. And the ball in the field of play now with Kayla Thompson, and dispossessed in the far side, knocked out lastly by the all red. It'll be a throw-in. Throw-in for the Extreme. And it's knocked quickly out, and that seems insignificant that they do that right now, but when you have a 2-0 lead, you'll knock it out as much as possible to eat off time up the clock and basically get a breather. And the fresher you are to play defense in the second half, the better it'll be, especially with a 2-0 lead. Johnson on the outside of the 18-yard box, and it'll be a CK. As she put some pressure there on the outer fringes of the box, trying to turn, but they were able to keep her from turning. And it'll be a substitution. Kylie Laura is coming in as One of the players for FC Las Vegas is hurt. And she is coming off now, although gingerly. And we hope that she will be okay as the day moves on and try and undoubtedly her team's got other games in this day. It's part of injury time that'll be added on in the contest. Or maybe they don't do that here. So it actually takes away from the time of the game. Interesting.
Unless the ambulance comes and is on the field, and when they're walking off, of course.
Unless of course, I'm instructed that the ambulance comes onto the field, and then that's a completely different story. But in other words, it's got to be an extreme injury of sorts. Otherwise, the other time will not be added on to the minutes of the game. Every tournament does it differently. It's going to be thrown in by FC Las Vegas as they try to get a couple of players run onto it, push it out of their own defensive half. However, it's struck on, looking for Johnson. She won't be able to get to it. As Stacy Larson had too much pace on the soccer ball that time. The right idea, she got in the direction of Taryn Johnson, but she couldn't get to it. Now they have to retreat back, and a dangerous one is lingering around on the far side. Dangerous one being Taylor Myers. Kelsey Stibic on the near side on that last action of work. Kylie Buford throwing it in, looking for Stibic, but instead it goes over to Myers. Myers in the corner. Myers now still on it. Her cross, and again, she can't seem to quite get it on the interior of her cleat and be able to get the nice strike to keep it, to bend it to where it can be a credible shot. So it gives way for a 6-yard box goal kick. Koska giving it away. Larson. And now here's Myers with plenty of space. And they take it away from her, but it goes on the foot of a car. And then now they're able to get it out of the 18-yard box. Stibic. Johnson was watching that ball being struck by her teammate, and that was Kayla Thompson, who sent it all the way down. Thompson, the captain, trying to get somebody to run onto it, but no problem there for Hayek, and they push it up the field. 2-0 scored, midfield now. Carr, again, she was marked heavily that time by Nishikawa. And the far side, and that ball goes out of play. 2-0 your score. A good midway through and beyond here in the second half. And a change of keeper here in the second half. Morales coming in number 20. You know, that's actually Gabby Rosales is coming in. So Gabby Rosales in the contest for the Sacramento United Extreme as keeper. Nate Kropp moving the keepers around here in the game. He's had 3 keepers in the ball game, and we don't know who the second keeper was, but we'll find that out and tell you at the end of the ball game. That way you know. Didn't get that action in the beginning of the telecast to know who it was going to be. So on the near side, the ball goes out of play. Lots of happiness in the field right next to us here. The Kellogg's here Soccer Complex, a real nice soccer complex, one of the nicer ones around that you will see. A 2-0 game. What will the United Extreme do? Can they process in a good enough attack and get one on the net? Here's Johnson. Not a lot of space off the bounce. Hayek doesn't handle it, and they still have a chance. Here's Johnson, strikes it again, and it's a goal! Go, 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 Taryn Johnson able to strike it in the last moment there. Otherwise, the keeper would have been able to get back Hayek, and she was able to get enough on it to get it in the back of the net, and it's now 2-1. And a little bit of a satisfaction for Taryn Johnson, who's been working hard in this game from an offensive standpoint, and just had nothing to show for it until now. 2-1. Myers' second goal in this contest is very crucial as they have the 1-goal lead. 2-1 now. Remember, it was 0-0 at halftime. And now we've had 3 goals scored here in the second half. Getting very exciting here in the second half now. As FC Las Vegas in their own half of the field. Now they find pressure here with Tarico. Find another player under some space. There's Johnson trying to chase it down, but getting to it is Hayek. Hayek able to get to it first, way at the top of her 6-yard box. And at midfield now, a touch there by Lindsay Pope. And her teammates trying to keep it in. 2-1 is your score here in the second half. Turning out to be a fantastic girls under 13 match here on an early Saturday morning for you in the 9th annual Mayor's Cup here in Las Vegas. And a strike towards Taryn Johnson, who just scored the last goal. She has her teammate there all alone. Kayla Thompson back to Johnson. She's still on it. It's going to take a left-footed strike and misses the near post. I don't believe she's left-footed as her strong foot, so she just wanted to at least try to direct it toward the keeper. And couldn't get enough on it, couldn't bend it enough to get it inside that box. And maybe have somebody else run onto it. 2-1's your score. Goal kick, FC Las Vegas. Leading in this contest, wanting to protect the 1-goal lead. They did have a 2-goal lead moments ago. And on the near side now, giving it away. And the white and red, we're going to throw it in. That's Lindsay Pope into the corner, looking for somebody to run onto it, but nobody's there as Buford is there first. Buford in the corner, but being marked on by Anna Tarico. And let's see, it's going to be a corner kick. Corner kick they give up. And Kayla Thompson, the captain, is going to take the CK. Let's see now what the Sacramento United Extreme can do with this set piece. Obviously, they want to find Johnson somewhere. Into the box, into the 6-yard box. They strike, another strike, and they just can't quite get another strike at it. It goes to across the box, and now a strike back to Hayek, and she makes the save. So in these last few minutes, putting some good pressure, and the attacking third is the visitors from NoCal, as they have cut this lead in half and trying to tie it up. Here's Lindsay Pope. Pope on the near side. Buford knocking it out. Pope looking for Anna Tarico. The game more starting to show a little bit more towards like it was in the first half, where it was pretty much even. But remember, Taylor Myers is always lurking around. Lindsay Pope throws it in. She was looking for Scheid that time, couldn't find her. However, coming to the corner is Tarico. Tarico now on a soccer ball. Tarico accelerating, and Buford is there, marks on nicely. However, still available for the white and red. They get a touch. Now it's in the box. Johnson's chasing after it, and a save by Hayek. Oh, she came off the line as Johnson was coming right at her. Nice decision that time. That could have been a dangerous play to give up the second goal. But Hayek was there to cut that off. And now they have to retreat back to the defenders. They've had trouble all this game long. Trying to mark there is Hudson, and it's going to be a foul. But it's going to be a foul against the red of FC Las Vegas. And so now, in their own defensive third, they drive it upfield to midfield. Taryn Johnson's in the area. Now it is switched to the near side, or to midfield. And now trying to get to it is Scheid. Scheid couldn't get to it. And trying to run onto it was Hudson. Hudson didn't. FC Las Vegas has it. They have a run now, and it is knocked out of play by Claire Nishikawa at the last moment. Claire getting back to protect in the 18-yard box. And it was lastly knocked off of the body of the FC Las Vegas. And now, so it's a 6-yard goal kick up the field. On the far side, you see it. At midfield now, but intercepted into space. And that ball is a long ball played over to the corner. Who's going to get to it first? Chasing it down. And Kyla Carr was chasing it down. Couldn't get to it as it was lastly touched out by FC Las Vegas. Time running out now here in the second half. 2-1 is your score. All red of FC Las Vegas leading, trying to hold on to the 1-goal lead. 50-50 ball. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Sacramento United Extreme for a throw-in. They throw it into midfield. Can they possess it long enough? Nope, they're going to give away to FC Las Vegas, and they're going to push a long ball again. And coming out is the keeper, Gabby Rosales, to get it and push it upfield. Got a teammate. Now here's a long ball in the central. Here's Taryn Johnson. No, she doesn't get to it as they get to it first. FC Las Vegas protecting well. And they had 2 players marking on, and they got 1 player to give it back to their keeper, Hike. Pope on the near side will be able to throw it in. Out by Las Vegas. Pope now. And it caroms over to Koska. Koska trying to find somebody in the central. Gets a touch there by Larson. But it's intercepted and sent back over the head, and they have to retreat back to their defensive third. In the area is Hudson again. Hudson trying to play space toughly here in the last few moments of the game, and has done a pretty good job. Jordan Hudson throwing now. FC Las Vegas leading by 1 goal. Into the corner to Nishikawa. And she doesn't control it, or doesn't subsequently get it back to Hudson. And so Las Vegas will throw it in, and they're attacking third. With Nishikawa trying to protect again. Does it nicely. And Hudson does get the touch this time. And running on to it there is Brianna Morales. Morales, who started the game as keeper. Got a touch there. Teammates trying to control, having a hard time as they give away. And that's the end of the match. The double whistle. The 2 goals by Taylor Myers hold up in this match. And the home team, FC Las Vegas, able to beat Sacramento United Extreme in a great match in the second half, 2-1. Stick with us. You will be seeing some interviews from those who participated in this game today and closing comments. And we'll be right back from the 9th Annual Mayor's Cup. Greg Porter back here with some of the Sacramento United Extreme players in a fantastic game. The first one of the day in the morning, was it, girls?
Yeah.
Okay. And you are?
Maddie.
Okay, what's your last name, Maddie?
Cook.
Okay. Talk a little bit about, what you guys plan on doing in this tournament.
We're playing a team from Boston.
Okay.
And
Well, for you, what are you going to try to do? You know, what is your normal action coming into this tournament? Are you real aggressive and you're going to try to keep doing that, or you know, maybe a little bit of aggressive and just kind of see how things go, play it as it goes? What are you going to try to do?
I guess that.
Okay, all right. Okay, talk about other things outside of soccer that's been going good for you. What school you go to?
Sutter.
Okay. Anything that's going on over there, activities and stuff that you really enjoy?
No.
Okay. You got a favorite teacher or, you know, like a subject over there that you like?
History.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let me talk to your teammate in interior, and you are?
Jessica Koska.
Okay. Talk a little bit about things. You're with your team coming down here, how the trip was, and all these types of things.
The trip was good.
Okay. All right. You guys flew down here and stuff. You know, was it hard getting together and getting everybody together or so, or was it really easy to get everybody together and it just seemed like everything's flowed smoothly?
It was really easy, I guess.
Okay. All right. Talk a little bit about your team. You guys almost won this game today. You fell 1 goal short. Talk about maybe what happened in the early part of the second half.
I don't really know.
Okay.
We weren't warmed up, I guess. I don't really know.
All right, that'll work. Okay. All right, what school you go to?
Our Lady of the Assumption.
Okay. Favorite subject, teacher, any thing that's going on with you over at that school that you like?
No.
No, not really? Okay. All right. Okay, let me talk to your teammate to the outside, and you're?
Ellie Shine.
Okay. Ellie, talk about things so far for you with this soccer team and that.
We're planning on winning.
Okay. Anything else that you guys are thinking about as far as the team is concerned?
Nope.
Not really?
I don't think so.
All right. Okay. What school you go to? Talk about things over there.
St. Ignatius.
Okay.
My teacher is my best friend's mom. And I like English.
All right, good. That's a great thing. You need English in the future, there's no doubt about that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, girls, lastly, you want to say anything for your team? I'm going to give you guys a microphone, shout out. Go ahead, take the mic away.
Go Sac United!
All right. Thank you, girls. Greg Porter back here with some more Sacramento United Extreme players, and you are?
Oh, what?
And you are?
Stacy Larson.
Okay. Well, hello, Stacy.
Hello.
All right. It's a somewhat good morning so far. I think you guys have warmed up pretty good. A couple goals they gave up in the second half, but I think you guys are getting it started pretty good. Talk a little bit about things. Today in the match, you guys wanted to accomplish as a team coming in?
Oh, we had goals during the game, like to pass better and get different, like, overlaps and, like, also trying to score goals and win. But we had a pretty good game this morning.
Okay. All right. I think so, too. What school do you go to?
New Thomas Charter.
Okay. Talk a little bit about things over at that school. Favorite subject you got, teacher, activities you guys do?
I don't like all my teachers there.
Mm-hmm.
Our school's like, it's an academic school, so it's not very, and we go on major field trips, but we don't do anything else really.
Okay. You say major field trips, where do you guys go, like?
We went to Ashland, Oregon, and we're going to DC, and we went to Yosemite in 7th grade and all these other places.
All right. Well, so those trips have been great, right?
Yeah, lots of fun.
All right, well, good. Academics are good, trust me. You'll need them later on in life, so it's a good thing. Let me talk to your teammate, and you are?
I'm Brianna Morales.
Okay. Brianna, talk about you were running around playing keeper in the first half, and for some reason I thought there might have been a second goalkeeper, but that was you in the second half. And then all of a sudden they got in, was it Gabby Rosales? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Talk about things, just kind of the way they went in this game from the way you saw it.
They won by, they got the balls over our heads, and then that caused a breakaway. So then it was a 50-50 with the person on the other team and me. So it was kind of stressful for me to hurry and get the ball.
It's not a lot of fun when it's a 1v1 with the keeper, right?
No.
All right. Talk about what you guys would like to try to do to make sure that doesn't happen the rest of the day.
Try to block off the balls probably, and probably not cause breakaways and be more aggressive.
Yeah, maybe not get caught up too far up front to where they can go over the top with it. Talk about other things, the trip coming down, other tournaments and stuff real quick.
We had our own tournament a couple months ago, and it was the Santan Classic,
right.
and we won our tournament. We came in first, and it was pretty fun.
Okay. So this is the first time you guys have ever been to this tournament, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we look forward to good things with you guys. What school you go to?
Sutter Middle School.
Okay. His favorite subject teacher, activities like she mentioned?
My favorite teacher is Miss Thomas, my science teacher, because you can learn a lot from her, and she's really, really nice. And in PE, I'm doing bowling, so I'm learning new bowling skills.
Okay, good. It's always good to know bowling. That always is fun. Okay, let me talk to your teammate to the outside, and you are?
Kayla Thompson.
Okay. Kayla, talk about the game for you and how it's been processed, the day so far, but maybe more importantly, what you guys plan on doing.
Well, I think that we did really good today, and that I think we will continue for the rest of the tournament, and yeah.
I think so. Good. Well, you guys have had a great start, that's for sure. And again, your teammate mentioned about that tournament, the Suntan, and that's a great start. Talk about things outside of soccer for you that are going good.
Well, first of all, I had a 10-hour trip here from Sacramento, which took a very long time. And at school, I don't know, it's fun at school.
What school you go to?
I go to St. Francis Elementary School.
All right. The favorite teacher subject over there is just everything cool?
Yeah, everything's good. I like all the subjects,
right.
Especially my science teacher, Miss Church. Yeah.
There you go. All right, we got some science here. Lastly, I'm going to give you guys the floor. You do a cheer, whatever you want to do, on three.
Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, cheer.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, extreme!
All right, good job, girls. Thank you. And we'll have some more here of the Sacramento United Extreme. Played a fine game today, and you are?
Gabby
Okay. What's your last name, Gabby?
Rosales.
Okay. Gabby, talk about things today. You got an opportunity to play keeper towards the end, and you're out there running around on the field. You had a full day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about what you and your teammates want to try to do the rest of the day.
Just make good passes and try to pressure and make sure we score and win.
Okay. And you guys definitely think you can do that. Talk about things outside of soccer that are going good for you. What school you go to, subjects or events, maybe family things, whatever.
I got a Star King, and
Okay.
yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I like my PE class.
Okay.
Doing a
Where's
lot of
that at?
sports. It's at Star King Middle School.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
All right, so everything's going good for you then. Good. Okay, let me talk to your teammate in the Central, and you are?
I'm Jordan.
Okay,
Hudson.
Jordan. All right. Okay, Jordan Hudson, you played well today again. As is mentioned on the video, talk about what your team wants to try to do in the rest of the day.
Well, we're going to try to be more aggressive, at least I am, and some other people are going to try to be. And then we need to get some passes in and get up, and yeah.
Okay, that says it. Talk about things outside of soccer for you that are important to you.
School.
And the name of the school and everything?
Sutter Middle School.
Okay.
I like my PE class and my English class.
Good. Okay, all right. Let me talk to your teammate to the outside, and you're?
Anna Tarico.
Okay. Anna, talk about what your teammates want to try to do to maybe finish better in this tournament.
We want to try to get the ball behind the defense so we can get runs on into the box.
Okay. All right. I think you guys would do that. You guys got a pretty good setup towards that. What school you go to?
St. Mary's.
Okay. Subject or activity that's going on that you like over there?
Well, tonight is the Harvest Festival over at my school. I'm going to be missing it, but it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, well, hopefully you guys will do good in this tournament, so that'll make it not feel so bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, girls, I'm going to give you the floor. Look at the microphone. Do a cheer, whatever you want to do. On 3.
1, 2, 3, Sac United.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, Sac United!
All right, good job, girls. And let's see, we may have a few more. They're coming over here, getting themselves together. And Greg Porter back here with some Sacramento United Extreme players. And you are?
Claire Nishikawa.
Okay. Claire, talk about the game today for you.
It was hard.
Anything else that you saw that maybe your teammates might be able to do later in the day?
I don't know. We all tried our hardest, I guess.
Well, I tell you what, you guys, were playing very hard, and it seemed like you guys might be able to pull it out. Talk about things outside of soccer for you. What school you go to?
I go to Genevieve Didion, and
You like this school?
yeah, it's a small school.
All right, all right. What's the most important thing going at that school?
The academics, I guess.
Okay, all right. All right, and your favorite academics is?
I like everything.
Okay, that's good. Well-rounded. It's a good thing. All right, let me talk to your teammate in Central, and you are?
Lindsay Pope.
Okay. Lindsay, talk about the tournament and things for you.
I think we played pretty good. Just we should have played more aggressive, I think.
Okay. Okay, so you guys still got more an upper level of aggressiveness left, right?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, what school you go to?
St. Robert's.
Okay, you like that school?
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk to your teammate to the outside, and you are?
Inessa Bartholomew.
Okay. Inessa, talk about the game for you and maybe how your teammates can make things happen in the second part of the day.
We had a good game, but we could have defended more and we could have been more aggressive, as Lindsay said.
Okay, okay. All right, well, was it a pretty good trip getting down here? Everybody was, got down here pretty quickly?
Yeah, I took a plane. Some people rode here. Yeah.
Okay. Wanted to do more scenery type things and stuff because it is scenic, beautiful coming down from Sacramento. Lastly, girls, I'm going to give it to you on 3, and you guys got the floor. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sac United, you know.
That sounds great. Sac United, you know. Okay, let's see if we have anybody else. And the head coach is going to come along, speak to us here. And you are again?
Nate Kropp.
Okay, Nate. Talk about just what you see as an experience coming down here to Vegas and playing this tournament.
Well, so far I can see it's a wonderful experience for the girls. They came down and first thing they saw was all the fields stretching out for like a mile or so.
Yeah.
And it's, quality all over the place, and then a well-run crew with all the booze and stuff. So I think it's a really positive experience for the girls. I think especially them traveling so far and enjoying themselves. So.
Yeah, I do agree. Was it one of those games where it just seemed like this might go 0-0 all the way to the end, didn't it?
Yeah, no, some games are like that. It just kind of doesn't look like any team can make the breakthrough, and then unfortunately for us, it was them in like a 2-minute spurt where combination of things led to their quick goals. We could have, I know, soccer's like that sometimes. It's a cruel sport. Sometimes it doesn't work out for you, but I think the way that our girls reacted was really positive. Lots of things we've been working on, combinations, at least after the goals went down, unfortunately. But still, a lot of positive things, and I think a pretty strong fight back from the girls.
Kind of almost like baseball, and since the World Series is going on right now, it's where how the ball bounces, and again, it's not in a lack of effort.
Yeah, and I think I don't keep stats, but I think they only got like 2 or 3 shots total, and if they scored on 2 of them, I mean, yikes. And then we were probably having more of the corner kicks and more shots if the statisticians are out there somewhere, I don't know. But so, you know, it's kind of one of those things that just happens.
All right. Well, it seems like you got a great soccer club and a great bunch of girls here, and it seems like they understand how to play well. Seems like they're here in a tournament that is going to be successful for them, and I wish you guys success. I wish you a safe trip back home.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And that's going to do it here from the Kellogg-Zayres Sports Complex here in the Summerlin section of Las Vegas, Nevada, where you saw the final score. It was 2-1 FC Las Vegas over the Sacramento United Extreme, and it was great action all around, and we hope that you enjoyed all of the action right here. Till we see you next time, take care of yourself, God bless, and save this one on the hard drive. Bye now.